As if looting Syria, Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, and the list of nations were not enough, Western politicians are discussing methods of stealing Russian assets to compensate Ukraine. On top of the claimants is Josep Borrell, the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, who told the Financial Times that the EU capital should consider seizing frozen Russian foreign exchange reserves to cover the costs of rebuilding Ukraine after the war. Hundreds of billions of dollars in foreign exchange reserves held by the Russian Central Bank were frozen by the EU and its allies early in the war. Russia stated in March that central bank sanctions have frozen around 300 billion of its 600 billion in gold and FX reserves. Unsurprisingly though, Borrell refers to the Afghan model, where the United States had stolen billions of dollars of assets belonging to the Afghan Central Bank to allegedly compensate the victims of the 9/11 attacks. Whereas the fact is the US stole the public funds from an impoverished nation already on the brink of famine and starvation caused by the US occupation and its chaotic withdrawal. Borrell shamelessly said, "We have the money in our pockets and someone has to explain to me why it is good for the Afghan money and not good for the Russian money." Wow. Every time I say Western political elites cannot sink any lower, they surprise me with their imperialist tendencies of stealing other nations' money, gold and oil, as they did with Venezuela when the UK has stolen $2,000 million worth of gold and gold bars deposited in the Bank of England. The CIA's regime change war in Syria, for example, has led to the killing of over 500,000 people that no one can compensate for, and also destroyed a big portion of the infrastructure, which Syrians need between $250 to $400 billion to reconstruct their country. But as we speak, Washington is stealing millions of dollars per month from Syria's oil revenues, and American journalists claim the US is guarding Syria's oil. Who do they think they are fooling? And who is going to compensate for the long list of nations robbed by the US and its subordinates?